Hello and welcome to What I Eat in a Day as a Chronic Illness Baddie. I filmed this during one of the worst weeks I've ever had. Not okay, that's dramatic, but I was trying to turn it around today and wake up early, have a healthy breakfast, start up at the gym again. I haven't been to the gym since I moved in here 2 months ago. And it was time to go back and start up a gym routine again. So anyway, I was feeling pretty optimistic about this morning, and then this whole day just was kicking me in the rectum literally all day. So I started off for me, when I'm about to work out, I like to eat before I work out, but then I'll get ready and I have a little bit of a commute to the gym, so I got time to digest. So I was just having some tuna that I'd prepped before, just tuna on toast and some raspberries and strawberries. For me, I don't want to eat anything heavy, spicy, or greasy that I'll be burping up when I do cardio. To live is already to suffer. Who wants to be burping up fried chicken on the Sisyphus stimulator or on the stair machine? You feel me? Anyway, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, I wanted to show you these headphones. They're sick. They're Marshall. That's the brand that makes amps and guitars and equipment and shit like that. I was so stoked to find these. I'm using them for editing now. So let me know if you hear a difference or whatever. Maybe you don't hear a difference. So I got my headphones together, my breakfast in my mouth, my water bottle good to go. And honestly, I don't have long clips from the gym because it was so packed in there, and it's really important to me to not film other people. That's so shady to do. Especially as a fat bitch, my greatest fear is that somebody's gonna film me and upload some shit to laugh at me about it. I just ended up on the elliptical. It was my first day back, so I went light. I did 40 minutes, then I did some stretching after. So I'm involved in some bureaucratic nonsense right now, and after the worst fucking morning of my life, I just went out for lunch because I couldn't take it. And I was far from home, so yeah, this was a horchata cafe, and this is a Milanesa Pomodoro. It's a mix of Mexican food, Italian food, with some crispy potatoes. I'm really fucking into it. It was delicious. Oh my god, straight fire. Yeah, I still feel kind of awkward, filming myself in public. Yeah, I was talking to the waiter, and he was, telling me that they had, habanero salsa. So I was like, ooh, is that spicy? And he was like, no, they're not spicy. Don't worry, you'll like it. And I was like, what? What do you mean the habanero salsa is not spicy? But it wasn't. So I'm like, I guess, he was assuming because I'm, a white bitch, I would be pleased by the spiceless habanero salsa, but I'm how do you make a non-spicy? Anyway, whatever. This was still really good. I enjoyed it. I am a slut for Milanesa. I love a torta de Milanesa. I just love Milanesa with some papas. Yeah. As you could see, the day of healthy eating was abruptly came to a screeching halt because I wanted to lay down in traffic. And literally laying down in traffic in Mexico City, that's fucking different, okay? If you say you want to lay down in traffic in Cold Dick Water, Kentucky or whatever, where there's one car an hour, there's not gonna be anything. But in Mexico City, you will die instantly. Oh yeah, then I was having a huge fucking crisis because I was trying to hook my Bluetooth headphones up to my computer. Because I wanted to put on headphones, but also record, the ASMR cooking noises for you, because I needed to blast Led Zeppelin. I was in a place where if I didn't get to make a bechamel and blast Cashmere, I was gonna become a serial killer, okay? So I figured maybe it's because I refused to update my laptop. So I did, still couldn't connect it. So honestly, you're gonna get the rest of this on mute because I was blasting the live BBC sessions of like Led Zeppelin. I love Led Zeppelin live recordings. Oh yeah, that pan. I had to. All the stuff in the oven was dirty. I haven't really used most of it, but I had to wash it before I cooked with it. Cause did I tell you what I was doing? Oh yeah, I was making a salsa verde mac and cheese. This is like the second I got home from, like, oh my day. Like the second I got home, I just wanted to like scream, dude, and I was like, we're doing the complete BBC sessions of Led Zeppelin. They have a version of they have my favorite version of the Immigrant Song on these recordings. I was like, we're blasting Led Zeppelin. We're making a mac and cheese. Nobody talk to me for the rest of my life, or I will become a danger to society. So I'm sorry you're not going to get the ASMR cooking noises. I don't want to get copyright struck because I'm including Led Zeppelin. So, I filled up my little pot with water. I meant to put salt in there, but that's alright. So it was my rice container. Needed my fucking salt container. I was just having one of those days, man. Like, you know how it be like sometimes. Then I was boiling everything all together. Now, here's, this is like the cheapest pasta you can get in Mexico. It's like codo. That means elbow in Spanish. So I picked up these. I just picked them. So I'm checking the back, and it says like how long you should cook them for, like al dente or like suave, which is soft. Listen, if you want mushy ass pasta, that's on you, baby girl. Because not only am I gonna boil these noodles, but then they're gonna bake in the oven for a while. I believe it said like 7 minutes for al dente. I think I cooked them for like 5 only. I like a firm noodle, alright? So what was making this salsa verde mac and cheese is that I was gonna roast onions and green tomatoes and season the shit out of everything, put in some pickled jalapenos. Now, like, I know this is not like a traditional salsa verde made correctly or whatever, but again, I'm using up shit I have in my house first, and you're about to see the whack-ass combination of cheese I use. And you're gonna see me use crumbled up bagels as a breadcrumb topping. So when I call this, it's like a salsa verde inspired mac and cheese. Now there is no like real mac and cheese equivalent in Mexican cuisine exactly. There is something called like a spaghetti verde, which is like usually long noodles in like a creamy green chili sauce type thing. But remember, I'm not an expert. I was just making this mac and cheese as like a coping mechanism essentially, so I didn't like throw myself into the fucking volcano. And yes, there is a volcano near here that I could literally throw myself into if I desired. That's why there's so many earthquakes in Mexico City. It's Anna, then the volcano erupts on them. Sorry. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, so I got my noodles drained. I decided to roast my onions and green tomatoes. I was thinking of saving one to make like a fried green tomato. Then I might season that shit up with some garlic. If you're thinking that's too much garlic powder, your bloodline is weak. Then I think I also did paprika, salt, and black pepper. We boilin'. I don't know, is that... I feel like that I'm gonna get copyright struck for that. It's crazy how, like, people on here can promote, like, gambling to children, but, like, if, like, a fucking little bit of like a John Paul Jones. I just called him John Paul Jones. That's so fucking Philly of me. Anyway, if you and John Paul Jones are hitting the gritty later, hit me up. We got pasta. These are all the cheeses. I was using mozzarella, cheddar, provolone, and cottage cheese. And you might be thinking, cottage cheese Ew. Like 10 years ago, I saw a Black American soul food YouTuber put cottage cheese in their mac and cheese, and anything that a Black American soul food YouTuber does is ontologically correct. And don't ask me what ontologically means. I'm an Anne Rice nerd. I'm like a Ricean nerd, not a Kantian nerd. Did I even say his name right? Is it Kant? Kant? Anyway, cutting some different cheeses. I decided, I read the Anthony Bourdain recipe for mac and cheese just to get like basic proportions and like techniques down, and then I basically ignored it because I didn't have any of the shit he says you should have. So but Anthony Bourdain, like, that's my boy. Yeah. I didn't measure any of this. I don't measure anything. I'm a pure vibes-based home cook, so that's how it is, like. Y'all, I was eating that provolone. That shit was fire. You know, we gotta bring a little Argentina to the mix. Gotta put that provolone in there. Yo, I think this would be fire with some chorizo argentino and, like, Argentino and chimichurri. Ugh. Yeah, then I was making a roux to make a bechamel. So I believe in the Anthony Bourdain mac and cheese recipe, which I will link below, they say it's like 4 tablespoons or 5 tablespoons. But like, it's basically just that you want an equal amount of like flour and butter. And it doesn't matter that much how much is in there. So roux are bases of a lot of like different stews and sauces. Yeah, I decided that was burned enough. I like my food a little bit burned, but like it's all gonna rehydrate and like mush together in the macaroni anyway. Next time I would actually cut bigger pieces so there's bigger chunks. Yeah, I think at first I was trying to measure, like I was like, oh yeah, maybe I had like about a spoonful of melted butter, so then I'll put in about a spoonful of flour. But then I just went by like eye and I just added it until it had like a thick texture. Because this is what's gonna thicken the milk to like help you melt all the cheeses and make everything together. A lot of people will say that you need a whisk to make a roux. I ain't got one, so sue me. But yeah, you don't really need all the shit they say all the time. You can kind of do whatever you want. And see, I did that. It was too runny. I added more flour. You want your roux to have like a nice thick consistency so it will like actually thicken up your sauce. But you do want it to be like stirrable and not like dry, if that makes sense. So like here you see like when I stir it, it kind of like still clings to the sides of the pan a little bit, and I like a nice brown roux. Sometimes they'll say like, oh, you want like a blonde roux. I'm like, incorrect. I want like, we're talking like cafe con leche roux. Then I believe Anthony Bourdain's recipe says like 4.5 or 5 cups of milk. I think I had a little more than 3. That was all I had left. I was kind of winging this, so I would say the end mac and cheese is a little more dry than I would like. I would like it a little more like saucy and squelchy, but it's still delicious. And 2 of my friends are coming over on the day I'm recording this voiceover to share my leftovers with me. And I'm gonna freeze whatever they don't eat, because if I eat this much cheese alone, I will die. See, I poured in the milk and the roux is already thickening up that milk. I know what I'm fucking doing sometimes. Yeah, then I was just putting in the cheese. So I wanted to they say it's better to not use pre-shredded cheese because it comes with extra chemicals on it that like make the cheese not stick to each other. When I ordered groceries, that was all they had. So I was like, whatever, it's not a big deal. Then I was putting in that cottage cheese. So I'm actually, and seasoning. Gotta season everything all the time. Alright? Anyway, so the cottage cheese, because now it's officially a high protein mac and cheese, it's like good for you. Look at that, okay? Oh, yeah. Tell me you don't want to stick your fucking dick in that, alright? Maybe I'll do mac and cheese OnlyFans. I don't have my own penis, but like, I could rent one. I'm sure there are many available. especially in this economy. What were we talking about? Yeah, that cheese pull. So my logic is that the mozzarella adds like stretch, the provolone adds flavor, the cheddar adds flavor, and the cottage cheese adds like the wetness and protein. Then to like make my bullshit salsa verde, I chopped up a whole the whole what was left in my can of pickled jalapenos and carrots, and I used the caldito in my the caldito is like the juice, so like I paid for the peppers, but also the juice in that can. Okay, so we're not wasting things in this house. Like, if you're not afraid of like wasting food, you've never experienced poverty, and you should like go thank your parents right now. Yup, there goes the caldo into the cheese. And there was my super al dente noodles ready to go. So see how like that's a bit thick with like 8 C's? Like that shit is as thick as me, bro. So like I think next time I would add like I'll make sure I have like the extra milk to follow like the Anthony Bourdain ratios. For me, like some people are like, oh, the golden ratio. For me, it's like the Anthony Bourdain ratio. Because that's my boy, alright? Yo, what do I mean ever? Do you ever like listen to me? Like I've gotten some comments where people are like, I love listening to you talk. Your voice is so soothing. And I'm like, really? I mean, thank you. That's like so nice, but I'm still like, I don't know. I feel like I don't really know what I'm doing. Anyway, I got all the vegetables in there, got all the pickled jalapenos and like carrots and onions in there. Mixing it up. This is like the fat bitch version of DJing, for real. Oh yeah, there goes the shit out of the air fryer. Yeah, and see, it has vegetables in it, so it's good for you. I should have got 4 green tomatoes, honestly. I only got 2, and like, again, I was winging this, so like, I'm not like hating on myself, but like, I would say for next time, all the vegetables in bigger chunks. And bro, look at that cheese pull. Like, did I not make a goddamn sauce? Like, say what you want about me. I mean, I'm sure like, I don't really expect to like become like a famous YouTuber or anything like that, but there are a lot of negative things that like anyone could say about me, especially anybody who knew me before I was like 25. You may be entitled to compensation. Like, there's gonna be like mesothelioma commercials dedicated to people who knew me before I was 25. Anyway, what were we talking about? I don't know. Anyway, I was mixing all that cheese in there. Look at that. Look at it. It's so beautiful. I'm sorry, like, if you don't fuck with a good mac and cheese, like, we just don't have anything in common as people. Oh, these were really sick. So, like, a while ago, I had bagels delivered, and in my groceries, and the dude smashed the shit out of my bagels. So most of them were salvageable, one was completely unusable, so I broke it up into little breadcrumbs, and I figured I'd save it for like some kind of like casserole or something. Like, I don't know, I was about to say making the food of my ancestors, but like, I'm like a different kind of white. I'm like Irish and like Ukrainian Jew probably. So, like, I don't think casserole is the food of my ancestors, specifically. But, yeah, this was a sesame bagel, and I'm telling you, like, I paid for it, so I'm not gonna throw it out, okay? My ancestors did not survive the potato famine and leave me to inherit alcoholism and fatness and mental illness just so I can waste the carbs that like I am lucky enough to be encountered by. I topped it with mozzarella, the sesame bagel breadcrumbs, and like paprika. Like, why not? Just put some fucking put it on there. Then I smoothed it out with some tin foil, and I got it in the oven. But these ovens, I gotta start it with a lighter, and it doesn't come with like built-in like temperature shit. So I do use that thermometer kinda, but I also just kind of guess based on vibes. And I like to put my like stuff that's baking on a sheet under it in case it explodes or something, so then I don't have to clean out the oven. That went in for 30 minutes, and look at that. That is a moist and sensual mac and cheese. And then after that, I put that shit back in the oven to get it crispy and brown on top because I respect myself. And there she went. Good night. Oh yeah, then I was just picking what came off the top of the thing because literally it took me 4 hours to get all of this together. So I'd been cooking and blasting Led Zeppelin for 4 hours. Wanted to get a little bit quiet so you could appreciate the sizzling. Anyway, that was my salsa verde mac and cheese. I ate some of this while watching Teresa is Dead. And yeah, that's it for me. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I think I meant to film more, but I fucked up.